smack it and rub it down.
It's dope. That's a really dope idea. All right, I appreciate it.
You already know I need some headphones.
You already know.
You done moved the whole
Well,
situation?
hi y'all. Oh, we're not live. Are we? Hi y'all. Hi twin.
Here you go.
Thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, it's not official.
Lord. All right. Grab this.
Through shared experiences and collective power for lasting impact beyond these challenging times. Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango and I need to hit his side of the story. So she's driving me insane. That stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to feel the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light. First and foremost, the things you need to know. When the anxious, preoccupied, and dismissive avoidant attachment styles are reconciling, obviously one of the biggest rites of passage that both need, first and foremost, are the anxious, preoccupied needs reassurance and certainty, and the dismissive avoidant needs safety. They need to feel like they can move at their own pace and safety and autonomy, really, and sort of like a theme of control for the ability to get their needs met at the same time. So what you'll see is you have these two attachment styles, and they both sort of have needs that are in a way triggering each other's potential pain points if handled incorrectly.
So for example, the anxious can go to the dismissive avoidant and want reassurance, but if they keep asking for something, and if the dismissive avoidant feels afraid of like reassuring because they don't know yet how they feel, or they're taking time to figure it out and they need that safety to like know that they can move slowly towards it, that asking for reassurance can be triggering for the dismissive avoidant, and they can pull back and then they get caught in a vicious cycle together, right? Because they've broken up, let's say. And just to be clear as well, it is important to recognize that like literally how long you've been together, how long you've been broken up, how long you've known each other, how much of a history you have together. Do you have kids together? Are you married and then separated, or are you together for 3 weeks, or are you together for 3 years? You know, there's obviously going to be a big difference between the different like segments of relationships. So in this video, I'm covering like just overarching themes, okay? So what you'll see as I'm talking about this sort of triggering pattern that takes place is the anxious preoccupied can want the reassurance of like, are we getting back together? Is this moving in the right direction? What's going on? And that can trigger the DA to be like, I don't want to have to be pressured to make a decision right now. I want to know that we can move slowly. I want to know that, and the reason, like the crux of the underlying issue for that, for the DA, is the dismissive one wants to move slowly because they want to be able to open up slowly and not feel like vulnerability and investment and commitment and these things they fear have to happen all at once right now. And I want you to think of like anything that you're afraid of, okay? Think of something that you're afraid of. And let's say it's not like an unhealthy thing. Let's say it's not like, oh, I'm afraid of being in a toxic relationship. Like that's a justified fear. Let's just say a fear that's kind of random. It doesn't have any like specific context. Maybe you're afraid of public speaking, okay? And we know that that's a fear, but we know that we want to move in that direction because it can better our career, it can better our lives, it can help us progress. It's an area that we want to grow into. Well, when you try to take somebody and you put them in that position to say, go public speak right now in front of 10,000 people, go. You know, that we get the most resistance to that. We shut down the most around that. And one of the best things you can do when you're trying to work somebody through a fear is expose them incrementally to their fear over time and then help them build confidence each time they have that exposure. And it's a form of reprogramming tool. It's like...
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back in the building. He's live and in color. The voice of reason. Yes, I took yesterday off. I just needed to take a deep breath, man, and see the ocean. You know. Eat some food I've never eaten before. You know, yesterday I had lobster. And I didn't like it. I was trying to be fancy. The voice of reason back in the building. What?
What did it taste like? Please tell me, because I hate lobster too. I had it one time when I was young, and just haven't been a big fan. But I know a lot of people that love it, so it's funny to hear.
Yo, I did not like it one bit.
What's the texture like?
It was rubbery. It was, yeah, man. It was rubbery, spongy. It tastes like ocean water. It just,
Like jelly, like?
No. I just, you know, it took me by surprise. I was like, wow. Hey, but guess what? I'm back. The voice of reason, ready to get you thinking about things, okay? You already know this platform is designed to foster discussions that expand our perceptions of how we relate. And as a wounded healer, a damaged soul, and in many of my relationships, a broken man, these topics are cathartic for me. And I hope that they are cathartic for you. And I hope that you would sincerely call in and share your stories, because as I've described and explained in future show or in past shows, this is a non-judgmental space, a non-judgmental environment. And oftentimes we get burned because people call in and they really let loose. I'm not going to judge you for your perspective, but I do ask that you do not curse when you call in. This is AM terrestrial radio. No profanity on my airwaves. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody say what's up, what's up, what's up. I see the chat room is in there. All right, tonight's topic, reconcile. Sometimes it's a wreck. Sometimes you can't reconcile a wreckage. Woo-wee. What are the potential setbacks and benefits of reconciling with an ex? Now, yesterday, when I was on my brief hiatus, this topic came up at the dinner table, and basically a sister who's a lawyer, she was like, I want you to cover this on your show. And we talked about it a little bit. And I was like, you know what? As soon as I go home, I'm gonna write this whole topic. So that's what we did. Reconcile. What are the potential setbacks and or benefits of reconciling with an ex? What does successful rebounding look like to two people who have broken up? And I'm talking about rebounding together, not getting into a rebound relationship, which is another topic, but I'm talking about rebounding together. How do you pick up the pieces? Where do you start? Right? How can partners rebuild trust after, right, the relationship has broken apart for whatever reason it broke apart for? 1-800-920-1580, that's the number to dial. What are the crucial steps in processing emotions and healing wounds that were caused by the breakup? And how do you guys get past that in order to rebuild the relationship? I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say about this. I want to know what led to your breakup in your previous relationship. And how can each of you, or how have each of you grown since the breakup, right? Have you changed? In what ways have you changed? 1-800-920-1580. Get in here. I want to hear your stories. Should you get back together? When do you look at a partner as not worth the trouble? Ooh. When do you look at a partner as, hey, we went through hell, I was hurt, I was disappointed, but they're too good to let go? What are the differentiating factors? I want to know, right? How can both partners ensure they have a clear understanding of the reasons behind why they desire to reconcile? Why do you want to get back? For what purpose? What are you in it for? Right? And on a higher level, what level of commitment, acceptance, and willingness are you willing to bring to the table? Because a rebuild requires acceptance, right? Willingness, forgiveness, compassion, empathy. See, these are the questions people should be asking when they say, what are you bringing to the table? Because if those things weren't present in the relationship's previous breakdown, in order for the reconciliation to actually work, those things must be present in the rebuild. Who's interested in rebuilding? 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, the voice of reason going to the phone lines. Yeah.
You see my story? I just had a steak with a lobster tail. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just had it. I'm not a big seafood person though. I know, and then there's a lot that comes with that. Yeah, I'm not like real big on seafood. I mean, I had it because, I figured I would try it. I mean, and that's what they cooked. They didn't know I was coming. What up, Dream Luxury? Dream Luxury is comedy.
Be funny.
Hey, Xylon, thank you for the $20, man.
Oh, yay, Xylon. Woo-hoo.
Xylon, thank you for the $20. Hey, where my phone calls? Come in. Get some catfish nuggets. No, I can't do catfish. I don't fuck with catfish at all. Now, I will do filet of sole. I will do orange roughy. Yeah. And in a pinch, I might do red snapper. But orange roughy, 100.
I've never had orange roughy.
Orange roughy,
My mouth is watering. That sounds good.
yeah.
They usually
Filet
fry
of
it.
sole, yeah.
Orange roughy.
Everybody hit that like button. Come on, y'all. Let's get busy. It's my Friday, so why don't you guys show up, man? We've been lagging for the last couple of weeks on the super chat. I know it's been tough for a lot of people, but we need your support over here. We feel like we're giving out good information. Can y'all show your love? And everybody drop a 5 spot on the super chat. That $sign right there at the bottom of the super chat. That's how you support the channel. Please support the channel, man. Show your love and appreciation. I love the way Trinidadians make red snapper. I need to have it.
Trinidadians.
Like it up.
You see my Egyptian AI?
I did see that. I was like, all right, okay.
Hi, my beautiful family. I miss y'all so much.
30 seconds.
Let's see who is in her. I know my twin. True Munger, Third Eye. I saw somebody else. What's her name? Regina.
True Monger. Thank you, brother.
Regina,
True.
Baby. The Omega. Wait. The Omega.
Yeah. Come on, Frankie Beverly and Mays. Summertime in Los Angeles, Leimert Park. You know what we do here. KBLA Talk 1580, the voice of reason, is on fire tonight. And of course, my playlist is my co-host. You already know the legendary Frankie Beverly and Mays. We on fire tonight. Yes. So tonight's topic is a heater. One that was given to me. Reconciliation. Oh gosh, many of us are wrecks. And so we wreck the reconciliation. How do you step back in, ready to make things work? Ready to make things go. Now, as far as setbacks go, if you get with your ex, one of the major setbacks that can actually that can wreck the reconciliation process is the reopening of old wounds and unresolved issues from the previous relationship. There has to be a commitment to walk away from what hurt, what disappointed, what frustrated, what dissatisfied. And there has to be a commitment on pouring into things or activities that actually circumvent, what happened in the past or what didn't happen in the past. All right. Another setback, the risk of falling back into unhealthy patterns and behaviors. So there has to be an assessment process of just looking at, okay, this is how I used to think. This is what I thought was a good choice. And actually, it's not a good choice. This is how the choice in the past negatively affected my partner. So there has to be kind of an inventory taken so you can kind of understand what the unhealthy patterns and behaviors within yourself might be. Now, this is for both partners to do on themselves, not the other way around. Meaning, you're not supposed to really look at your partner and be like, yo, this is a negative behavior that you have and you should fix it. I think the partner is responsible for detecting it. The partner is responsible for correcting it. Now, your partner can suggest things, but I don't think they should be in the driver's seat when it comes to your healing process. So then there's that. There's uncertainty and doubts about whether the issues that caused the breakup can be resolved. The reason why there's doubts is because I don't believe people have real enough conversations to actually unpeel the onion, the issue, like the elephant in the room. Let's sit down and really talk about it, right? If the love is real, good. Okay, we got love. So if love is on our team, that's like having Jordan, Kobe, Magic, Shaq, everybody on the same squad. So if you've got the love, now you have to find the patience to be able to sit down and have these conversations about the uncertainty that fear brings, right? The fear of, hey, we might fall back into old issues. Well, let's really iron out and talk about these issues and talk about our mindset and talk about, our perspective as it pertains to those issues. Then there's the potential resistance or skepticism from friends and family who may be concerned about the reconciliation. So, I'm a lover of friends and family, right? I love friends and family. We got crew, you got crew. My crew is your crew, right? I don't have a problem with that. But I do feel that there should be a limitation on how much information is dispersed amongst friends and family about your personal relationship. Like, if you guys got issues, let's go to a therapist. Let's go to a spiritualist. Let's go do something together to work this thing out. I think what happens is when we slip up and start bringing other folk and their opinions into the relationships, they can contaminate or warp our perspective of our partner. And I think that's dangerous because you never know the intention behind the person. Now, in some cases, the intent is really about their person, meaning if you're consulting your mom or your aunt or your friends, sometimes their intention is solely for you. They don't care about the relationship. They don't care about the other person. They're advising you about you, right? But then sometimes you run into problems with that as well because the person advising you might be jealous because you got somebody. And they could very well have somebody, but they might see your somebody as better than the somebody they got. So they might be sliding, negative words just to get you out of a situation. And, or if they're single and they're mad because their relationships don't really work out, they might be sliding you salty information because they salty, right? Emotional vulnerability, right? And the need for both partners to confront past hurts and betrayal. Listen, this is par for the course if you're dealing with reconciliations, right? Now, those were the setbacks. Here are the benefits: the opportunity for growth and personal development for both partners in a reconciliation. We could do this differently. We can do this better. We can reinvest ourselves in love. We can understand our attachment styles, right? We can, you understand what I'm saying? We can read more. We can meditate more. We can practice mindfulness. We can practice reading together. We can practice praying together. There's so many ways to grow up after rekindling a relationship. Rekindling a deep emotional connection and shared history that may have brought joy and happiness in the past. Listen, what made you happy? If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Focus on it. Many people are trying to fix what didn't work and ignoring what did. Sometimes you got to go back to basics and pour right into what was working, right? And if what was working was laughing, enjoying each other's company, watching movies together, talking, sharing perspectives, all that. Let's keep pouring into that. Okay? Are y'all listening? Right? Another benefit, the potential to build a stronger and more mature relationship based on lessons learned from the previous breakup. Listen, a breakup is rich with spiritual minerals that you can go back and mine and develop and cultivate for this new version of what has passed before. I call it the Phoenix effect. Do you want the Phoenix effect in your relationship? Reestablishing trust and intimacy, knowing that both partners have chosen to give the relationship another chance. Trust me, this can work if you pour into the positive aspects of what brought you guys back, or what brought you guys together in the first place. And then the potential to create new and positive memories together while appreciating the value of the relationship in a different light. Listen, it's something about the championship ring after you've gone through hell. It's something about winning a championship after you had to fight off injuries, after you had to fight off controversies, after you had to fight off lies, after you had to fight off all types of negativity, all types of fear and angst. It's something about winning the ring that makes it all worth the while, where you go, wow, I knew we had this potential. All we had to do was mine it. See, we live in a microwave society that thinks we're supposed to get what we want without challenge. No, sometimes life slaps you upside the face, your spirit face. Sometimes life hits you in the head because life wants to knock something out of it to make room for something else more beneficial to come in. When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to the phone lines. Should you rebuild or jet? Y'all doing great, man. Y'all doing great. Can I get some callers? I got Truemonger and Mimi. We going to the callers. Can I get some callers? Listen, we're at $59.99. Can I get some callers? Who wants to call in? It's my bedtime, but I'm coming back to this. Afro Holistic, you got to get in here. You can't leave this. It's too good. Stay awake. At least call in 1-800-920-1580. Call me.
Latoya, welcome, family.
Yes.
Hi, Mimi. Positive influence, welcome, baby.
Are people in here?
I know we got our babies in here.
What up, Latoya Young? I see y'all in here. Everybody hit that super chat. Y'all doing great. Let's get to $100 today. If it is at all possible, let's get there. We're at $59.99, 30 minutes into the show.
That's beautiful. Phil Brad, I see you, baby. Welcome, the Mega. Thank you, baby.
Pretty Brown, I turned the sound down on purpose because of the commercials, because of the music. We want to make sure that the channel doesn't get dinged for a copyright strike. That's why there's no sound right now. Okay? Be patient with me. I'm going to get it up and running for y'all. Come on, everybody, hit those like buttons. We got 2 people out there that hey, hit the like button. Trying to rebuild a relationship with your ex is like trying to rebuild your house while it's still burning. That's not true. Sounds intelligent, but it's not true. Just not true. Yep. Hey, thank you guys for the likes. We now have more likes than people, and we appreciate that. We appreciate it when you guys respond to the call to action in a positive way. Not true at all. Like, he wrote it like it was some really deep revelation, too. Like, you could tell he took his time. He probably put it in his notes, wrote it, then sent it over to Grammarly, had it checked, and then he popped it on here like it was fire. Third eye. Like, boy, that shit sound funny. Sound like you at least gotta be in English, but as far as the truth of it, hell no.
Oh, I love it.
What in the
But
Sam?
people be really doing the most with the post.
They really
doing the
do.
most with the post. That's like, did you even like consider what you were saying or how to make other people like?
Nah, he thought it was hot monkey lava.
He laid it on a bed and lined it like, I'm gonna kill him with this one.
Yeah, this is my outfit tonight. Yes. When they see me step out with this on, boy, ha! Boy, this is a liquor store T-shirt right here, brand new. Crisp. I bought like 6 of them today. Wow.
Don't wop.
I got red, black, blue, gray, and white.
How cute. Baby said, wop. I'm gonna hook him up with this one.
That's exactly what he said. This gonna blow their mind. This one right here. What is it?
I've been waiting to wear these motherfuckers. Jesus. Y'all are stupid.
We not talking about pookies. It ain't always a pookie, sir.
What's a pookie?
Like some random just hood. We not talking about, man, you gotta elevate your conversation, brother. Get your conversation out the gutter, man. You should think, based on the conversations I done had here in this motherfucker, we not in the gutter. I mean, honestly.
They're been hurt. We messing with you, Thurr. Don't be crying.
I'm just saying, the type of conversations we have here, are these lowbrow conversations? Not in my opinion. Now, y'all might think they are.
I don't even know what. Go get him what did he say? Go get him a
Pookie isn't always a hood dude. Understand that too. But we're not talking
Oh, a pookie like a. Oh, I.
right.
See, if you gotta explain.
So he says Pookie is not a hood dude. So why use the hood term Pookie?
Yeah, it's not. Third eye, it's okay. You confused me, baby. Don't worry about it. Anybody can get it tonight. We just having a good time.
I'm just trying to understand now. You're gonna use a hood term to describe a potentially non-hood person.
Well.
He said Pookie is universal.
I get it now. Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay, that type of thing.
I love it. Hey, I'm gonna go with that. Pookie universal, dog. I just love going back and forth with him. It's cool. We ain't tripping.
That's our A1.
Pookie Universal.
Mess that up. Coming up short. Probably be alive.
Okay, I have to do this. And I'm trying to prepare my mind, get everything squared away, and I was taking the train home at the time. So I'm sitting there on the train, trying to collect my thoughts. I'm crying. I said, this has to be done.
You're crying on the train?
Yeah, I'm crying. Nobody wants to do that. That's not a fun thing. To say, okay, after 3.5 years, this is over, but it had to be done. So I ended up, I called my parents. I said, hey, I'm going out to see Joy. And I told my mom what was going to happen. So we go out, or I drive out, and I invite her into the room, and I just say, hey, I think this is it. And I was bawling. While the whole time while we were breaking up, because I didn't, that's one of those things you didn't want to do, but it had to be done.
It had to be done.
We just could not grow in a positive light any further in our current capacity.
Yeah.
So we broke up, and that was in September 2011, and I was excited for the first probably month. I was
He
like,
was
yes.
living life. So the very first day we talked, that morning I was on my way to work, we talked, and he was, checking in on me. You okay? I said, yeah, I think it was for the best. Everything's fine. It was fine that one day. The day after that, tears. I mean, I would be walking up the stairwell, be like, oh my God. Like, I was devastated.
Ugly,
Yeah.
bad.
But I would not contact him, nothing. But I was distraught because it was that thing where going back to when I said there was a knowing, I knew that I was supposed to marry this person. But I also heard it like that. I heard it that he would be my person, but not as he was. He would have to be a different version of himself. I didn't know that. And I even predicted our breakup. Remember I predicted our age? I knew, but it did not make the reality any easier. So I was distraught for about the first month.
And men and women have this natural tendency to just flip after breakups. Men, as soon as it's over, let's celebrate, let's go out, let's go on other dates, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
I would be able to live out my dream. And that lasted for about a month.
Ladies and gentlemen, it can work. What can work? Reconciliation. Sometimes the first iteration of your relationship is for the revelation of what makes you two broken people. Sometimes the first version of your relationship is designed to reveal what each of you need to work on, what each of you need to heal. Oftentimes, karmic relationships bring these revelations to us. Twin flames, soulmates, whatever, soul ties, whatever. Oftentimes, these lessons are brought to you by these potential relational vehicles. And sometimes, the relationship is destined to crash and burn because there are things coming up that must be dealt with not by your partner, but by you. Right? And then after some time, after the breakup, you heard them say, the couple there in the clip, you heard them say, this was something that had to happen. See, people don't understand. Relationship is a spiritual journey where the inner workings of yourself, this is how you gain self-knowledge. self-awareness, self-consciousness, the inner workings of that is constantly unfolding. See, you think, because I done heard people say a whole bunch of times, when are the lessons over? Never. The lessons are never over. There's never going to be a time you're not learning about yourself for as long as you're living. Oh, well, I'm tired of the lessons. I done had enough lessons. I want some leisure time. Well, you got to earn that spiritually in order to have the healthy relationship you want. And what I find is many people aggrandize, myself included, many people aggrandize just how advanced we actually are. Really, most of us are spiritual zygotes. We're not even infants yet. We are spiritual zygotes. We're still a splitting cell, trying to figure our way in the universe. And we get into these relationships and we got demands and expectations. You're supposed to be like this. This is how you're supposed to. I'm trying to tell you, you should go into that relationship with a composition book looking for all the ways you show up. All right, let's get it. We got callers on the line. Who's been on the longest? Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, Joe. Hey, everyone.
What up, Mimi?
I'm doing pretty good. I think this is a great topic, and I would say that I'm torn. I think that reconciliation can be good for some people, but I do think that you have to grow and change and, can't be stuck in what you were. But for me, my first love, my first real love, we attempted to get back together, reconcile. We were young, and I loved him, I loved him a lot. And, he was what I wanted. And yes, I'm going to say it, everyone. You already know he was tall. He was what I... Just get it out of the way.
Go ahead.
Tall, he was big. He was what I liked, but he had a good heart,
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't perfect. And so we broke up young. A few years later, we, attempted to get back together. I mean, I felt like I was really a woman because I was older and mature, and I thought I knew everything. And he was still tall and big, and I liked. But we were different people.
Yes.
I don't know what it's like, this thing. I don't know. Shorter men are very sexy to me, but it's about, I don't know, maybe it's like this, I don't know, it must be an issue, a fetish. But taller men just really do it for me.
Okay.
Off topic. I'm just
clearly, but okay, Mimi, put it.
And we had changed. And I just thought we would be able to just click back into what we were, but
I think, but let me just say this. I think sometimes that's the problem, clicking back into what you were. Right? You have to remember what you used to be contains the work that you need to do. So you don't want to become what you were. You want to become an enhanced version of what you used to be. And the only way to do that is you have to go inside and work on self. How could I have been a better partner? How could I have shown more love? What are the top 3 things that I did that led to the demise of the relationship? What are my top 3 character flaws, right? And how does this exacerbate my relationship with someone else? For you have to do this kind of work. You can't say, oh, I want to come back together because there's an opportunity for us to be in proximity. You have to say, I want to come back together because there's an opportunity here because I've become better. I've worked on something. And I can see that you've worked on something. That's when you get back together. Stay with us. When we come forward, more from Mimi out of Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah. Yo, this hour flew. Ooh, you should call in Afro Holistic. Call in Afro Holistic. That's a how many people do you think actually self-reflect on their behavior? Wow. Afro Holistic, please call in. Oh, wait a minute. We got full lines. But I'm going to be off with Mimi in 1 second. Please call in. Hey, you guys enjoying the topic? You guys enjoying the show? Huh? Oh. Caroline! Y'all like my playlist? Frankie Beverly and Mays? Outcast? You want to know what's coming next?
It's gonna be a hitter, huh?
Well, you know,
Little list.
what can I say? Habitual line steppers. Please play Gotta Get Up. You ain't been here in a while. I've been playing Chris Brown songs. Come on, super chatters. Get us to $100. We're only $40 away. Please help us. $40.01. Please help us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my playlist is my co-host. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. And our phone lines are on fire. You already know my playlist is my co-host. That's Peaches and Herb, Reunited, classic record from the late 70s. Great record on reconciliation, man. Reconciliation does take a spirit of willingness. Does take a spirit of acceptance. Does take a spirit of compassion. Does take a spirit of empathy. Does take a spirit of commitment. Very heavy topic tonight, man. We on fire tonight. This is good stuff. Mimi from Jacksonville was on the line. Mimi, please finish your thought. Wrap it up for us.
I've learned that sometimes you just can't go back, or if you do, you both have to do your work. I mean, because me personally, I've grown, I've changed. He grew and he changed, but if you're going to make that move to try to reconcile, do your work.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to. I mean, Lord have mercy. I don't think I want to go there.
No. And it's quite all right. But just know, whatever work that was for you to do in the last relationship will be for you to do in the next one.
Yeah.
And what I find is people throw good people away. Let's just keep it a buck. Sometimes a lot of people want something new because they're bored with what they had. A lot of times some people want something new because they had this listen to what I'm about to tell you. They had this unrealistic image of who they thought their partner was supposed to be to them. Right? See, a lot of times we can't get over what they did to us because we couldn't believe they did it in the first place. But again, just like those two people in the clip we played earlier, they said this had to break. The way we were as people in this, it had to break down. And we needed that as a catapult to push us and propel us forward. He did his work, she did her work, and they found that they were meant to be. Do you know how many meant to be's don't get to see the day of light? Because you're bored, you're angry, you're unforgiven, you haven't given forgiveness, you don't give understanding. Do you understand what I'm saying? You'd rather start the lesson over than take the ingredients from the ashes of what was burnt. Oh, you don't want to hear that, do you? You don't want to hear that, do you?
Yeah, I'm listening. I hear you.
See, that's all I'm saying. Anybody can start over. Anybody can find somebody new.
Okay.
But what you can't do is get something new that won't renew your commitment to what you need to work on. Every relationship is going to make you come back to, oh, wow, you thought you didn't have to do that work because you got a new person? You thought you don't need to be empathetic? You thought you don't need to be loving? You thought you didn't need to be nurturing? You thought your attachment style was going to self-correct once you got a new situation? No. So whether you stay or go, the work is coming with you.
I have a question.
Yes.
So what I'm getting out of what you're saying is do the work, and I still have this number, right? 6'5". I should give him a third time? Is that what I'm getting?
No, listen to what I'm telling you now. Listen to what I'm telling you. I believe in the organics of things. I don't believe in the forcing of things. You see? The organics. I'm not saying, oh, let me reach out again. Who's to say? Was the brother abusive? Was he violent? Did he steal? Huh?
No.
Okay then. What did he do that made you go, oh, let me get out of here forever? Was he your friend?
You know what he did.
He cheated.
Yeah.
Okay. That's enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
That's why I tell people. That's what we were talking about last night. Cheating is enough. Okay.
No, I can't.
No. Don't renege. You said you got 7 books. You got a blind 7. You're going to have to go with that.
Oh,
Don't renege.
Why do you always make me look, you know, goofy
No,
on the air?
no, no. To each his own. Sometimes for some people that's enough. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to condemn you for that. If that's what you believe for you, then that's what you believe for you.
No, I just think I have a fetish with tall men, but that's what I think I have, like a problem. That's what it is.
You enjoy the
I need
physicality.
a healthy relationship, but I think I have a fetish.
But see, this is my point. You haven't worked on what is yours to work on. This is what, listen, at the end of the day, if you give him a third chance, you won't be giving him a third chance because he's a better person. You're giving him a third chance because he's Mr. Goodbar. See, you want to make it about him, but it's really about you and your nastiness. But that's okay. Listen, we all human beings. We all want to do the nasty. We want to get nasty up in here. See, that's what it is. You freaky deaky.
Oh,
That's what it is. You freaky deaky. Huh?
say that. I mean, it's healthy to like sex, but I would say
Andy wants to say.
First off, so I appreciate you. What you just said. Mimi, I appreciate your vulnerability. So I don't know if you've touched it on the show before, but the reality of just the desire of sex and how that just distorts
Everything.
I think sometimes that prevents us from doing that spiritual work because of that desire for sex that we want.
Sure. A lot of people don't have sexual discipline.
You're right, Andy. You're right, Phil. But sometimes it's more than just regular sex. It's like
it's Zosex.
incredible. There's a difference.
Hey, so he put that magic stick on you, and it just changed your whole situation.
Get ready.
He said, "Come here, Mimi. Let me show you what this thing is all about." Put his hands on them hips and just yanked you. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Mimi. We appreciate the call. You brought Jacksonville, Florida in the building. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. When to rebuild or shake the spot. That's what we're talking about tonight on The Voice of Reason. Trust me, we got a lot to talk about. Mimi! Mimi! Hey, thank you guys for the late super chats. Miss J in the building. Tardy for class. Keep it going, Zoe. John Gilbreth. What up? We appreciate those late super chats. Please continue to support. If you guys enjoy the show, man, let us know. Straight up excellence. Great stuff. You guys appreciating the show so far? Afro Holistic, are you still in here? Afro Holistic, you should call in. Call in. Somebody tell Afro Holistic to call in. Give her the number. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. It's a good show. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. If you're wondering how I memorized the number, this is how I do it. 1-800-920-1580. Call in. Call in the KBLA 800. 1-800-920-1580. Get your mind, get your life, and watch your mouth.
Oh, it's roller derby skates. Whoa. Burr. Johnny. John, sorry. I don't know where I got the...
Suge Mac 510, what up? Great show. Thank you, brother.
Miss JB, thank you. Thank you, John. Sorry, I didn't... Hey, Suge Mac, my baby. Big baby.
You've always looked like Sai Baba. That's who I named you after.
Big baby. Suge Mac, he be laying down. I like Suge Mac. That's my baby. Thank you for showing some love today. Oh yeah, today's been a great show already. Oh, those are roller derby skates.
What?
People be sending me their skates. I'm like, those are roller derby skates.
Oh, really? Hey, y'all know Arabia got a website, man, where she's doing tarot readings. What's the name of your website?
Law, L-A-W,
L-
always wins.
Law, L-A-W,
L-O-V-E,
L-O-V-E,
always wins.
always wins.
.com. Yay!
Type it in there. I want y'all to go support Arabia. Somebody get a reading from her. My son said, hello, Zoe. Tell him I said, what's happening? The voice of reason. Yo, brother. Does black love still exist? Fantasies and fetishes. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Am I looking skinny?
A little shirt,
Hey, man, I done lost 14 pounds.
okay, well then now explain it.
Karate man bruised on the inside. They don't really? Attila? But still skinny as fuck. See.
Good afternoon, Daniel. Daniel, how may we help you today?
Hey, how you doing this afternoon?
We're doing well.
So, we kind of saw this coming down the road like the last 2 or 3 years and arguing a lot. And I caught her having an affair. Our son was, graduated in May. And then he moved into an apartment in July, or in August, but I had a feeling something was going on. Had, the whole, your gut's telling you that something's going on. The phone was chiming at night, and that's how I found out about Tinder. So, but caught her at the motel, and I forgave her right away. I was hurt. I was in shock. But we were arguing, and I had a bad temper, and I would call her things, yell at her, and she'd do it right back to me. And so it was, that I take ownership for treating her like a butt, and I did. And but she ended up moving out August 20th, and we were still kind of communicating, and we still are now. My question is, how do I know if this is repairable or not? She still reaches out for me for financial help, which I definitely still help her when she needs it. And then she'll call me when she's kind of, when the pressure of having to work 2 jobs now to make ends meet. When our son doesn't want to hang out with her because he's kind of bitter towards his mom. And she'll call her out to me and break down to me. And then like with her part-time job, it's at a Kohl's, and she gave me the spousal discount card, when she didn't have to do that.
How long did you say that y'all have been separated?
Since August 20th. And
So 3 months-ish.
I just, 3 months, and I told her I'm not getting a divorce. I told her I'm not going to file. If you really want it, you file. And, and I've been trying to work on my ties and smart contact, and she, and
So when did you stop saying the mean, angry things to her? At what point?
July 14th.
When did you stop saying the mean, angry things to her? Oh, God. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason, 2nd hour back in the building. Reconcile. Many of us are a wreck while trying to reconcile. Man, you got to heal yourself. You got to do that self-work in order to reconcile with somebody good. Now, I'm not talking about somebody that abused you, right? I'm not talking about somebody that put their hands on you. We're not talking about you being in a dangerous situation where your life is at stake. We're not talking about that. We're talking about being in a relationship with a human being who made mistakes. Could have been money mistakes, could have been emotional infidelity, it could have been physical infidelity, it could have been a myriad of things. It could have been unhealed childhood wounds, trauma. It could have been a bunch of stuff that prevented them from showing up as their complete and full self. But again, once the internal work is done, a reconciliation is possible. You understand? It is possible. Here are the top 20 signs that a couple should reconcile after a break. Both partners have acknowledged their mistakes and are genuinely willing to take responsibility for their actions that led to the breakup. That's accountability. Number 2, there is a mutual desire to work on the relationship and invest time and effort in rebuilding trust and emotional connection. Right? Both partners have engaged in self-reflection and personal growth since the breakup, showing a commitment to positive change. Communication between the couple is open, honest, and respectful, with a willingness to address difficult topics without defensiveness. Do you see how you need grown-up tendencies to even get to this point? You got to be spiritually mature to want to do that. Okay. Do you see how the latter is easier to accomplish? When you don't have spiritual maturity, it's easy to say, get out of here. Be gone. Right? Most people don't know their communication style. Most people don't know their attachment style. Most people don't know where the wounds in their spirit come from, yet they want to have good communication. You're not going to do it. You have to go in and look at self and say, hey, my communication is ajar. And then you have to get back in alignment. But if you're coming from the perspective that it was their fault, and there's nothing wrong with you, and you ain't got no work to do, and you're the victim in this situation, there's no way it can reconcile. See, God puts you in things and gives you, listen, there's a word coming. God puts you in situations and gives you co-ownership of every situation that you're in. Oh, God gives you co-ownership of every situation that you're in. So do you know that when it fails, you're an accomplice to the failure? You are a co-owner of the failure of that relationship. It could be failure to stand up for yourself, failure to speak up for yourself. It could be failure to acknowledge your own negative patterns and behaviors. Listen, God made you co-owner of what you don't want. So now, if you want something different, you gotta be something different. And what if you become better and the better version of you calls the person you broke up with back? Huh? See, people, it ain't nothing in relationship easy. Nothing. The only thing that's easy to do sometimes, especially when we're running, is to break up. Woo. Oh, Lord, y'all want to keep getting it? There is a shared vision for the future of the relationship with aligned goals and aspirations. Right? Both partners have sought professional guidance, such as couples therapy, to help navigate the complexities of reconciliation. The couple has identified and discussed the underlying issues that contributed to the breakup and has a plan to address them. The breakup was caused by external circumstances or timing rather than fundamental incompatibilities or lack of love. Or I would say the breakup was caused by the mismanagement, right, of dealing with a pre-existing situation. Huh? Sometimes we have family members that are going through things, and the relationship partner comes in, and we're torn between family obligations. Sometimes it's another person. Maybe you met the person of your life, they come into your life while you're still trying to deal with something else. Oh, yeah, we on one tonight. Let's get it. 1-800-920-1580. Phone lines are cracking. Let's get all these callers in here right now. Nzinga. You got to turn your life down. You got to turn that life down. Yes. Yeah, you got to turn that. There you go. We got you. All right, talk to me.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I think the first thing for the reconciliation is there has to be a willingness on both parties. So I think sometimes we think just the person who got cheated on doesn't want to be bothered anymore. It could be very much where the person who cheated may want to end that relationship too, and did the thing that would possibly break it up instead of just being straightforward and saying, I don't want to be with you for whatever reason. I think the biggest, like you said, I agree, the biggest reason that people may cheat is just for something new. But once there's a willingness to want to reconcile, I think that's where the real work starts. And you have to put up that, I guess, that relationship fiat, which could be forgiveness, reflection, openness, because you have to be open to forgiveness, reflection, and vulnerability. But I think the biggest thing is the two people, they have to want to. Some people, sometimes they don't want to, and they let a good thing go, just leave. So they have to want to.
Yeah, I agree.
Build that relationship or repair that relationship.
I agree, 100%. Nzinga, I love you. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Nzinga brought Pensacola, Florida in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Clearly, here at KBLA, we've got a lot to talk about.
Miss JB! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Yo, Miss J!
Hey, wow! Thank you, Mamacita.
Yo, we appreciate it. I swear.
This lady did not come to play today, baby. Thank you, Zoe. Awesome show tonight. Woo-hoo!
Who do we lose? Afroholic, I'm coming to you. Then True Monger. I got you, bro.
Nzinga, my baby. Big baby. Woo! I can't stop clapping.
Where Miss J at? Miss J. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Miss J. Don't worry. Hey, True Monger, you gonna come with something? Come on. Thank you, Miss J. I appreciate your generosity. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope your girlfriend is doing good. I hope she's doing good too. No, she's not. Aw, damn. She promised me she would do the work. Zoe, would you take back a woman after she cheated for revenge? I would definitely consider it, depending on who the person is, what she means to me. I would definitely consider it. If she's not a person that really weighs heavy in my life, somebody that I love, somebody that I truly care for, then that's not it. I'll just be like, whatever, be gone. But if it's somebody that I care about deeply, like somebody I want to be my wife or something like that, then, you know, yeah, I would have to sit the fuck down and process that whole situation. And in processing it, I would know, like, I think I would still be there. I would be a little salty because it happened to me one time before when I was younger. When I was younger, in my 20s, you know, me and my girl broke up and we got back together. But in the time that, you know, we were apart, she was with somebody. And when she came back, she told me about it. And I was salty because for me, it was too short. It was like a month. You already fucking on somebody in a month? So I was salty.
20 minutes don't let shit go. Really? I'm sorry, Zoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason. We back in the building live from KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Lamert Park. You already know what it is. Little Africa town on deck. Southern California, man. Beautiful weather outside. You already know what it is. The voice of reason is on complete fire. I'm as hot as the sun right now. And we're talking about the benefits of reconciliation. The couple has identified and discussed the underlying issues that contributed to the breakup and have a plan to address them. The breakup has caused, both partners have demonstrated consistent effort in making amends and rebuilding the emotional bond. There is a strong emotional connection and history of shared experiences that foster feelings of nostalgia and longing for each other. Friends and family who supported the reconciliation have witnessed positive change in both partners and encouraged the reunion. Both partners can envision a future together and are willing to let go of past grievances and grudges. The couple acknowledges the significance of the relationship and the impact it has had on their individual growth. There is a genuine sense of regret and longing for each other, coupled with a belief that the relationship can be stronger and more fulfilling. This goes back to the concept of wabi-sabi and kintsukuroi. I wrote about kintsukuroi in my 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. And I'm talking about a relationship can be broken. You can be two broken people, then the relationship not make it. But the same two people can beautify the relationship by putting the pieces back together. Now, remember, the caveat for putting the pieces back together is that the pieces must use a bonding agent that is not toxic. What do you mean, Zoe? Fear, regret, shame, guilt, resentment, unrequited wounds, anger, disappointment, jealousy, envy, emotion, reluctance to be emotionally vulnerable, letting your fears and your doubts and vindictiveness and all that stuff. You cannot put yourself back together with those ingredients. You have to put yourself and your relationship back together, right? With willingness, with compassion, with love, with appreciation, right? When you start putting high quality materials into the lacquer you use as a bonding agent, you beautify the cracks of the previous relationship. You beautify it. Do you understand? Real work. I'm sorry. Let's get to these phone lines. People been wanting to talk all night. Let's get them in here. Let's talk. Who's been on the longest? Afro Holistic, Baltimore. Talk to us.
So I'm so happy to talk to you. I've been watching you for years. My partner turned me on to you, and I'm just excited to share some thoughts. I wanna talk about the vulnerability, because this is something that I'm experiencing currently in my relationship and learning how to be more vulnerable. I do believe that reconciliation is possible, and you've covered all of that as far as both people have to be willing. But a big piece of that is being vulnerable first with yourself. And a lot of times we can't even be vulnerable with ourselves, let alone be vulnerable with someone else, especially in an intimate relationship. And so the vulnerability piece is everything that you've talked about, diving into those wounds, seeing how you can improve. But a lot of times if we have a false image of ourselves, we don't think there's anything to improve.
Come on. You cooking right now. Come on. Keep cooking.
You know, so that has to be the first thing. How can I improve? And even if reconciliation is not possible, you still have to look at yourself and find out how you can improve and be better for the next situation, for the next relationship, for the next business, whatever. Because everything starts with self.
Man, I'm so glad you didn't go to sleep. I'm so glad you stayed awake. She said it was her bedtime, but we begged her to call in, and she brought Baltimore, Maryland in the building. Let me just say, I so appreciate you for calling. Thank you to your guy for putting you on to me, and I appreciate you for answering the call. Thank you so much. Now, if you want to bring your city in the building, you know what you got to do. All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get to Dallas, Texas. Truemonger, he's in the building. Let's go!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I almost forgot what I was going to say because most of it was expecting me to. Yeah, I mean, both parties have to be willing to even think about reconciling. It has to be mutual, thing. That people have to be willing to listen to one another. And so everybody's not on the same time frame as far as growth. Your growth might be taking place sooner than your ex-partner.
Right.
And as you're experiencing it, they may not recognize it, and they may resent you for it at a certain point in time. I mean, you go to let them know that you're really not the same person that they broke up with, they may take offense to that. Not understanding where you're coming from, or they just want to be offended by something. But regardless of how they react to it, you still got to continue to work. Maybe they'll catch on to it, maybe they won't.
Right.
But you still have to put the work in no matter what.
No matter what. Yeah.
No matter what. And then possibly y'all can get to a point to where y'all both understand each other and it happens organically. Because some people try to do their reconciling thing, but they may be with somebody else. And I know me personally, I'll never be a homebreaker just to get back with somebody. It's not worth it.
Right.
If they're with somebody else, they can do whatever they're doing. I'm gonna keep working on me.
Right. No, willingness is the key. If there's no willingness, there's no reconciliation.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Truemonger, you already know, brother. Go ahead. You got something else? Go ahead.
Okay, once you're able to understand each other, you can be honest, have that honest conversation about the issues you had previously.
Mm.
Deal with them, however you're going to deal with them. Just be honest about them. But don't stay too attached to them, because as y'all both put pretty work in, you're going to create new memories. Hopefully more positive than negative, but the negative ones are still going to happen. It's just about how you deal with them at that point in time. You're not going to deal with them the way you dealt with them previously, and you should. But that means there's very little growth there. You just resort back to what you were doing before.
Right. Right.
So be better people as y'all go through that go through your individual journeys together.
And
That's
I,
really
what do you think about this, True? Especially like, okay, so you guys break up, right? If you guys gonna come back into each other's space, do you think it's better to come back into each other's space as friends and really go all out, pouring into the friendship? Because typically when you love somebody and you care about somebody and you guys break apart, the love is still there. But if you focus on the friendship, it might rekindle and reignite the love. So do you think it's best to go at it on the friendship side as opposed to trying to get back to where you guys were before you broke up? What are your thoughts?
I think so, because to me, if you're with somebody and you're not friends first, what's the point? I think the friendship already used to be there. And then you could build on everything else. You should take your time with it regardless. But if you can be better friends to one another, yeah, everything else should ideally work towards having a better relationship if anything else is added to it. But yeah,
Man,
be friends first.
Brother True, I appreciate you as always, man. You brought Dallas, Texas in the building, man. We all over the country. If you want to bring your town, your city, your community, whatever your city is, stand up. Hey, I was raised in Pasadena. Dina, stand up. Where's Pasadena? I miss Richie Rich. Dina, stand up. Somebody call in from the town you rep. That's Compton. That's Los Angeles. That's Long Beach. That's Altadena. Where y'all at? Call in 1-800-920-1580. We got Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
What's going on, Bill?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm on fire tonight. Let's talk.
All right, so something I want to cover that I don't think anybody's talked about yet is one of the setbacks, right? So if you're learning about your attachment style, right? If you are a avoidant, right? So specifically, not the dismissive one, a little bit than y'all.
There's fearful avoidant and dismissive avoidance. Avoidance, yeah, they have two categories. Go ahead.
Yes, right. So the fearful avoidant, right? So sometimes to cope, right, with having lost that love or that nurture, that support, you'll go back to people, right? And you'll notice it because it'll be a repetitive pattern for this person. They do it often.
Wait,
right?
wait. Hold that thought. We got to come forward. You got to come right back to that thought, Attila. I'm not eating cereal, I'm eating ice. Man, I would really appreciate some cash apps. When I tell you I hate Fridays, oh, I got a bill coming. Eating that ice up. Yes, I am. Please support. Hit that super chat. Nobody dropped in some coin after Miss J hit us with a C note. Nobody. It was like, all right, she took care of everybody. If you sent it, I got it, brother. We cannot heal without accountability, brother. That's 100% right. That's 100% right. Yes, I would appreciate a cash app because I get that right now. This YouTube, I don't get it. It's gonna be a while before I get this. You can't heal without Neosporin. That's silly. Monique's journey. Monique, we love you. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. We need every dime we can get. We have a very small audience for these daily shows. Despite the fact that we have 72,000 subscribers, we have a very small audience that shows up to these particular shows, but we are greatly and deeply appreciative of you guys being able to throw your 10 here, your 5 here, or in Jay's case, 100 spot. We appreciate you guys hitting that super chat. It means the world to us. And if you can't do it, don't worry about it. But if you can do it and you haven't done it and you feel like you should do it, then do it. You know, I feel like the content that we cultivate here is good content, and I think it gives perspective. It gives a range of ideas and thoughts. So if you value it, oh yeah, they've been shadow banning this channel for sure. But if you value this information, if you think it's beneficial, if you've been edified by anything that I've said, then by all means, drop a 5 spot if you got it. One minute. Man, please buy those books. People buy, listen, I only get 1/3 of the money from the pills. I got to split the pills 3 ways. So the books give me the majority of my money, right? The books. Buy my books. Go to my website, MrZowWhat.com. That's That's where the majority of my bread comes from. If we could sell more books, that would be good. That would be beneficial to me. That helps me immediately. So I wish you guys would do that. Friends and family, brothers and sisters. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We got a clip.
What I'm going to take you through in this video is sharing the inner dynamics of fearful avoidance, some of the core wounds that they experience on a regular basis, and help you understand where these core wounds actually come from. They get brought into relationships over and over again, and how those core wounds cause the fearful avoidant to try to push people away when they're feeling unsafe or triggered or overwhelmed emotionally, and then why they may come to regret this later, and what's really going on when they sort of kick off these makeup and breakup cycles. They can ultimately be exhausting for the fearful avoidant to go through, but also really exhausting for the person on the receiving end, and turbulent and challenging for both people when it doesn't have to be this way. Well, this is a really common experience for the fearful avoidant or disorganized attachment style. For the same thing, but just often referred to as either fearful avoidant, disorganized attachment, and even sometimes anxious avoidant attachment. Now, the fearful avoidant attachment style individual is somebody who really experiences the polarities of the attachment spectrum. So they can feel really anxious in relationships, and they can feel like they are afraid of being abandoned, scared to be left alone, or disconnected from somebody. They can fear rejection in relationships, but they also have a really strong avoidance side. So they can fear being trapped. They can fear feeling helpless or powerless, and they often feel this unstable sense of kind of unsafety in relationships as a general rule, because relationships make them feel a lot of all of these different emotions and triggers and wounds all within a relatively short period of time. And most challenging, or one of the...
Yes, indeed, the voice of reason back in the building. We're covering all the aspects. We're covering all the aspects. You want to heal your relationship that was ended? I think you should first figure out what your attachment style is and what that attachment style is attracted to, right? Many people, you think you can just get back together. No, work has to be done. And the work always starts with you first. We've got so many callers on the line. Let's get them in here to continue the conversation. Attila from Houston, Texas was talking about the fearful avoidant or the dismissive avoidant, and we played a clip to compliment her thought. Get in here, Attila.
That was fine. Yeah, everything she said is exactly right. As a fearful avoidant, I attract both types.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically, I don't want to say tailor my actions because that sounds terrible, but my actions are dictated based on the attachment style of the other person. So recently, my last situation, person was definitely avoidant, so I came off more anxious. But in the previous situation I was in,
you were the avoidant.
Yes. So it was a blessing because I got to see myself in somebody else's actions, and I decided I was like, I can't do this anymore. I am not going to keep going in the circle, and so that kind of what caused me to take some stuff away and be like, I'm not That's not it.
Wow. I love it. And I appreciate you for always coming in here and taking the conversation to another level. Atala, you brought Houston, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. That's the number. That's the deal. You already know if you want to sign up or not. Come talk to me. We're all over the country. LA, get in here too. We got LA in the building. Miss J from Los Angeles is in the building. Get in here.
Hey, Zoe, how are you?
I am alive and well. Talk to me, Miss J.
So I just, this is like I told you earlier, it's a very touchy subject for me because, but I've been hearing a lot of people and I'm really glad. Because for me, it's just one word, workability. Both parties have to be really doing the work individually in order to come to this space. I was so stagnant by the questions because I really had to, I was perplexed because I don't go back with exes. But the normality of it is workability. Are you willing to work with me like I'm willing to work with you? It's a bipartisan project. If it's not available, then what are we doing? I need you to acknowledge yours like I'm acknowledging mine. And I love that you said infidelity because I was talking to another person, and it's really not about infidelity, but it could be about the lies, the deception, the other things that are present that needs to be addressed. It's not always about infidelity per se. It's about a lot of other things. You're not growing at the same level am I growing. I might not be growing at the same level you're growing. But how can we make this work? And I am the person that will red flag a wife, red flag it by. Because if it's not there, then what am I doing? I need you to do your work as I do my work. And what I think True said it the best. Friends. It has to be rooted in friends. That is the seed of the tree of life.
Friendship.
That is not, I believe it because we somehow, when we get in relationships, make it all weird and distraught and just, googly. But that's not what it's about. It's really about respecting me as a friend. And if you respect me as a friend, then I think we can move more further along.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I got to run it by you, Miss J.
Yes.
I tend to think all good and bad qualities have the strength of an erection, right? And the reason why I say that is because your good qualities can't last forever, right? So in relationship, many people will say, as long as you don't lie to me. Well, nobody can go their whole life without lying, especially to the closest person to them. And I think what happens is we think the good qualities are supposed to be, like they say, respect. Do you know your respect for your partner can waver, can become flaccid?
and I appreciate that because that means we're human.
Yeah, talk to me about humanity. Come on.
That means that we are all subjected to different times and different eras and different spaces that we're not going to be the most authentic. But the conversation makes it authentic.
Right.
The unity makes it authentic.
Yes.
Break up the phone call.
The acknowledgement makes it authentic.
Yes.
The acceptance makes it authentic. The forgiveness, I was wrong and I get it. Instead of the projection. The projection moves it to another way.
Right. So relationship has to be seen as humanity's apartment.
Yes.
Do you understand? We live in this relationship as human beings. Now, if the human aspect of me is not safe, if it's not safe to be human in the relationship, then we don't have anything to work with. We can't build something, right?
Because I'm not this person that you call Jesus. I'm not that person.
I'm not flawless.
I'm not that person.
Right.
I'm not flawless. I am with sin, or so be it, what we call it.
But I am imperfect, but I'm perfect in all my ways.
Mm.
And I am going to give you the best version of my growth that I can give you. I will not waver because you are a reflection of me.
Mm.
I have done the work on my own, and I am acknowledging and hoping that you do the work on your own. But if not, then I got to part ways.
And see, in this relationship apartment that two human beings live in, we got to have a room called grace. There has to be a room that grace lives in.
And in that room that's called grace, we both have to be free and willing to acknowledge our imperfections.
Ooh, Miss J, you brought Los Angeles in the building in a major way. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love, love, love. Los Angeles showed up big time when I come forward. I'm going back to LA. One of our old school famous friendly classics is in the building. We gonna talk to him when we come forward. Oh, Miss J came in here and showed out. Miss JJ! Miss J, she brought the fire. Firecracker. Bow, 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 bow.
Beater, beater, beater. She was feeling like her life depended on it.
Huh?
And she was funny. She was feeling like her life depended on it. I love it. Baby did not come to play.
John Gilbreth the second says, loving this show tonight. Great work, Zoe. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to do my best. Miss JB slapped us upside the dome piece on our way home from Jones Beach. Yo, tonight was good.
Tonight. Put an emoji up. Put an emoji up.
Put an emoji up. Somebody put an emoji up.
Mean it.
If this show made you feel some kind of way, put an emoji up.
Baby.
Talk to the emoji. Emojis. Emoji roll call. Emoji roll call.
Nazarene.
Yes.
What
I
is
like
that?
that.
Seal?
Yes. Emoji roll call. Yeah.
Yes, Hante. What is that? A seal? Nazarene. Jellybean.
Yep. You brought out my sexy kitten as usual. What in the world? Your work is not in vain. Work it out, Zoe.
Ah! I'm not messing with me. Funny.
Here we go. Come on, man. Come on. Whose playlist is like this? The voice of reason is on fire tonight. That's Howard Hewitt. You ain't heard it on any other station in a long time, have you? You know I'm on fire tonight. Come on, man. Listen, rebuilding intimacy and emotional connection plays a pivotal role in the healing process following challenges or ruptures in a relationship. The essence of intimacy lies in fostering a deep and authentic emotional bond with one's partner. When the bond is disrupted, whether due to conflicts, betrayals, or other reasons, the path to healing necessitates a concerted effort to restore and enhance emotional closeness. Trust and vulnerability. Reestablishing intimacy requires rebuilding trust, a cornerstone of any healthy relationship. When partners open themselves up to vulnerability, expressing their thoughts and feelings honestly, it cultivates an environment of safety and emotional security. This vulnerability allows for a deeper level of understanding and empathy, leading to a stronger emotional connection. Then you have effective communication, of course. Open and honest communication is fundamental in the healing process. Rebuilding intimacy involves active listening, non-defensive responses, and a willingness to understand each other's perspectives, right? Engaging in dialogue about the challenges faced and explored is also an intimacy building tool that needs to happen. You have emotional validation. Acknowledging and validating each other's emotions is critical for healing. Partners must be receptive and responsive to each other's feelings, demonstrating empathy and understanding. This emotional validation fosters a deeper connection and reassures the wounded partner that their emotions are heard and respected. Man, it's a lot more. You got shared experiences. You got physical affection and intimacy. You got rekindling emotional intimacy. You've got conflict management skills. You've got mindfulness and presence. You've got reconnecting with shared values. You have personal growth and self-awareness. It's a lot of good work that can be done that can heal a relationship that is worthy of being healed. But we make that decision. I'm not asking you to heal a relationship with a toxic person who's still toxic. I'm not asking you to deal with somebody who refused to acknowledge that they got work to do. I'm asking you to work with somebody that has shown you and shown themselves that they can reach the apex of what it means to be themselves. Or at least they're striving for that. Why wouldn't that person deserve another opportunity? Come on, y'all. April from Los Angeles, get in here and share your thoughts.
Hey!
April. Auntie.
From Pasadena.
Yes. Hey.
Auntie Richie Rich from Pasadena. He was in his past. I am dealing with this. And though I need and I want and I am desperately seeking this understanding of relationships. I am there. I love and cherish the relationships that I have, and it's been very challenging. And Richie Rich, he has keep coming into my surface. He keeps coming into there and telling me what I need to do and what I need to surface, and his family is love, and he loves and adores you.
Yeah, he's a good brother.
And you gave him a lot of good guidance.
I appreciate
I'm trying to keep going with that. And when you said Richie Rich, I got on the phone. I got on the Richie phone. That is my baby.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my baby. He's Juneteenth. That's his birthday, Juneteenth.
And that's KBLA's birthday too. Yes.
That's Juneteenth, and so yeah. You it. We there. I don't meet you at the same place that Richie met you, but you there.
Thank you. I appreciate you, and none but love for Richie Rich. We miss him on the shows, and he would call in at various shows.
I miss that baby so much. You don't know how much my heart hurts.
Yeah.
For that baby.
No, I understand. But we thank you for calling in. So you don't be a stranger, okay?
Okay, boo. All
right. April from Los Angeles back in the building. Listen, to ensure both partners have a clear understanding of the reasons behind the desire to reconcile after experiencing a challenging event like infidelity, open and honest communication is paramount. Here are some steps that can aid you in fostering a deeper understanding. Create a safe space. Establish an environment where both partners feel safe and comfortable expressing their thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment or retaliation. This safe space will encourage open communication. Then employ active listening. Practice active listening during conversations. This involves giving full attention to what the other person is saying without interrupting or forming judgments, right? Repeat back what you heard to ensure mutual understanding. Self-reflection. Each partner should take time to reflect, you understand, on their own feelings and motivations for wanting to reconcile. This self-reflection allows for a deeper understanding of personal desires and concerns. Share perspectives. Both partners should openly share their reasons for wanting to reconcile. This includes discussing the emotions, hopes, and fears associated with the decision. And then seek clarification. If one partner is unsure about the other partner's motivations, it is critical to seek clarification, ask questions, and encourage open dialogue to gain insight into each other's thoughts. And then don't be afraid to get professional help, right? Don't be afraid, okay? And then, of course, be patient, respect the differences, revisit the conversation, not every day, but revisit the conversation. And it can happen, right? It can happen. All right. I just wanted to talk to y'all folks tonight. We had a great show. Listen, I start the conversations, but you finish them. I'm never right about anything I'm talking about. What's right for you is right for you. Use what you can and leave the rest. Coming forward, we're going to throw it to our homegirl, Jill Monroe. You better RSVP with her. Zoe Williams, I'm out till next week. Let me tell you now. When I had you to myself. Great. Oh, sorry, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Great show. See y'all next week. Deuces.